All right, the new hit film Sound of Freedom is taking the country by storm. It has quickly now become a box office hit while exposing the horrors of child sex trafficking. At the end of the film, they featured these shocking statistics. Take a look at these. Take a second to read them. Now, this is a topic we have been covering for years. For example, our very own Sarah Carter has shared these stories of human trafficking at our southern border. She sat down with a human smuggler last summer who told her even he is uncomfortable with the amount of children being smuggled into our country. Our border is broken. Children are being sexually abused. Nobody seems to care in Joe Biden's White House because open borders is facilitating all of this. Look at this disturbing story out of Tennessee. Soccer coach charged with raping multiple minors was in this country illegally for decades. Right now, with the reaction to Sound of Freedom, is actor Jim Caviezel, who, by the way, this is separate and apart from SAG and AFTRA and all the strike that's going on. I want to make that a point that you're not in any way going against that. Is that correct?
Yes. Those are my brothers and sisters of SAG. I support them, but we're not a part of the AMPTP. We wanted to be, but they didn't want any part of this film.
Well, here's the thing. This film was made over 5 years ago. It's based on a true story. And in your first week out, you blew away the new version of Raiders of the Lost Ark with Harrison Ford. Your second week, you did better, a 37% increase in theaters, and you have far less theaters than all these other movies, over your first weekend. That means to me, Jim Caviezel, and we've been friends a long time, that word of mouth is echoing all across the country. I found this to be a powerful movie that everybody needs to see.
Sean, I just want to also thank you and the American people for coming out and supporting this film. You were one of the first that addressed this with us and really helped get the word out. You know, when we were down in Cartagena, the guys would come up, traffickers, and they would, you know, right in front of us ask us if we wanted niñas or niños and little boys or little girls. And people think that that's not something that happens here in the United States. Well, absolutely it does. Over 300,000 children under the ages of 18 were sucked into the deepest recesses of hell, and it's disgusting that the media hasn't covered it like they should. There obviously is really good media like yourself, but others that completely ignore it. And I think people need to understand. American people are starting to understand what is actually going on and are sick and tired of it, especially with the south border.
I mean, it's amazing. I think your budget was $14 million. I think the budget to the latest Raiders movie was somewhere near, what, $200–300 million, and you beat them handily both weekends. It's the true story of Tim Ballard, a former Department of Homeland Security agent who literally left his job, gave up his pension to go into the business of rescuing these children that are either sex slaves or in slavery in some way, shape, manner, or form by the cartels. I mean, every rescue, his life is on the line, and you portray this perfectly in the movie.
Yeah, I get to play an absolute, real, bona fide hero in Tim Ballard. He, you know, did everything that you read about in the Gospels, where he essentially, like the character I played, Jesus, in the Passion, he tells us, you know,
that was a kind of popular movie too that you played.
That was
I
also
still watch it twice a
one.
year at least.
But
yeah.
he sold everything he had to go down there and to find that one precious pearl, which is this little girl. And I think Americans understand that they also have precious pearls in their children, and they don't want them taken. And they're looking at the government now and going, what are you doing? What are the three-letter agencies doing? They're not doing their job, especially when 85,000 children crossed the border this last year and disappeared. Where did they disappear to?
Yeah, well, very well said. I want to remind people, this is all part of Angel Studios, angel.com if I'm not mistaken, and they had the hit series The Chosen about the life of Jesus. I was riveted by all 4 episodes that have come out, and his only son, the story of Abraham in the Bible. This studio is taking I think it's the future of movie making. I may be wrong. You guys are doing phenomenal work, and I hope people will go see The Sound of Freedom this weekend. It will open your eyes, and people need to know this evil exists. Jim Caviezel, thank you for a great job. Great movie.